Well, divorce and unwed childbearing cost U.S. taxpayers a whopping $112 billion every year, and is costing our country in more ways than one.
This week is National Marriage Week. The goal, to strengthen marriages, build stronger relationships, and in turn, a stronger country. Here with the tips you need for a long and lasting marriage is Executive Director of the National Marriage Week USA, Sheila Weber. Sheila, thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here.
So you've got 3 tips on how to build a strong marriage.
Well, first of all, we're in the middle of National Marriage Week. It's February 7th to the 14th. And we want to have people find more success. And we want to stir a movement of marriage education all across America. So our 3 tips would first be have regular date nights, because it builds communication and enjoyment and intimacy. And secondly, to go find a marriage workshop or class. There are a huge number of videotapes and books and classes. People don't know about them. We have them all on our website, a huge resource for people, and we want to encourage that because it makes such a difference. And third, in the middle of that date night, use words of affirmation and find ways to express appreciation. So if you're going out on a date night, don't have it be the time where you're just managing your family planning and bringing some of your conflicts into that evening. Have it be a time where we have tips on how to have a great date night.
When you talk about marriage education, are you talking about educating the public on the benefits of marriage, or education on how to maintain a happy and healthy marriage?
It's both. National Marriage Week has a lot of resources about why marriage is so beneficial, because people do have greater levels of happiness. It is better for children. It gives them more access to success. But also, we want people to learn how to have the skills that are needed. It's a skill set that we don't really have a lot of, natural brick and mortar schools for this topic, although it's one of the most important skills that we can have. So we want people to learn more effective ways to speak to each other so that they their spouse will feel heard, they each feel like they've been listened to, that you have your needs being met in ways that are both loving and respectful.
Positive.
And,
Now, it's not all about date night and wine and roses and lovey-dovey stuff. I mean, as you know, you're married. You have to do those chores. You have to get, the house in order. But apparently it's a problem if men and women are sharing the chores. Is that right?
Well, I think it's a good thing when one party doesn't feel like they're doing 80% of the work and the other one is only doing 20, and that leads to resentments and that kind of thing. However, with women having more opportunities, exhaustion is the big issue. It's just sheer exhaustion that keeps people from, connecting with each other and maintaining their love life. So that's why we say date nights is not like Valentine's Day. It's not a time just to be with your kids or have a group date. It's a time for one-on-one, the twosome, having time together.
But there was just a new report that came out that said that that when men are doing chores that in the past might have been chores that women were doing, that there's less intimacy in their relationship.
That women are less attracted to their mates when the men does traditionally female chore. What do you think?
Well, I think there's much more a level of complexity there. I don't think it's as simple as what the men are doing female task. I think it's a complete exhaustion level that both couples are so busy that they are neglecting. You have to be intentional about saying our love life is and our intimacy is a high value. And you have to almost plan for it, because we plan everything else, we schedule everything else in our life. So I think it's much more complex than the attitudes that you have toward one another. I just think we're not dealing with the fact that our lives are overwhelmed and we're too busy. So,
all right. Sheila Weber, thanks for joining us.
And I'm really glad that both of you worded it that way, that what previously was thought of as maybe a female chore. I'm very glad that you both worded that way.
We're all afraid of using the
wrong
word here in America.
All of us. Okay. Thank you.